Welcome to the class 11 students. This is the part 3 of the chapter Chemical Constituents of Living Cell. In my previous video I have completed till the structure of protein, and I have also discussed the functions of protein. Today I will be going to talk about amino acids. Now previously I have already told you what are amino acids. The structural units of proteins are known as amino acids. So each protein chain is made up of at least 2 or more than 2 amino acids. Okay, there may be not just 2, there may be 10, 50, 100 like that. Okay. So an amino acid is an organic acid, and it consists of an amino group, NH2 group, and a carboxyl group. Okay, these two groups will be there in an amino acid, an amino group and a carboxyl group, COOH group. Okay, now we all know that the amino acids are linked together by peptide bonds, or also known as peptide linkage, and these peptide bonds bind two adjacent amino acids together, and thus many amino acids make up a protein. Clear? Moving on to the types of amino acids. There are two types of amino acids: essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. The amino acids that are very important for the body, but we cannot prepare those amino acids in our body, even if it is extremely important, are known as essential amino acids, and the amino acids which are produced in our body but not as important as essential amino acids are known as non-essential amino acids. You will have to learn the names of the essential amino acids. In your book you will find 8 names of amino acids: valine, isoleucine, lysine, leucine, methionine, phenylalanine, tryptophan and threonine. These 8 names you have to learn, which are the names of the essential amino acids. Okay, moving on to carbohydrates. Classification of carbohydrates that is also in your book, and as you can see that carbohydrates can be broadly classified into 2 categories, which is simple carbohydrate or monosaccharide and compound carbohydrate. Okay, so these are the 2 main categories of carbohydrate classification. Now first we will talk about simple carbohydrates. Okay, what are simple carbohydrates? The carbohydrates that contain one sugar molecule which cannot be further hydrolyzed or broken down into smaller units under mild condition are known as simple sugars or simple carbohydrates, or also monosaccharides, because the word mono means one and saccharide means carbohydrate. Okay, so not carbohydrate, it is sugar molecule. Okay, so mono means one and saccharide means sugar molecule. So simple carbohydrate which cannot be further broken down into smaller units and consists of one sugar molecule is known as simple carbohydrate or monosaccharide. Now this can again be classified into 2 categories, which is according to the number of carbon atoms, means how many carbon atoms are found there, and according to the reducing group that are present in that carbohydrate. Okay, so according to the number of carbon atoms, there can be monos, trios, dios. First, monos means which consists of one carbon atom, and example of monos is formaldehyde. Next, dios, which consists of 2 carbon atom, example is glycolaldehyde. And trios means it consists of 3 carbon atoms, example is glyceraldehyde, like that. Tetros, pentose, hexose, heptose, like that, so on. Okay, tetros is 4 carbon atoms, pentose is 5 carbon atoms, like that. Moving on to the next category, that is reducing group. Now what are reducing groups? These are certain groups like aldehyde or ketone. Now what is a aldehyde group? It is a CHO group is known as a single bond. CHO group is known as a aldehyde group, and C double bond O is known as a ketone group. Okay, so depending on the presence of which group is present in that carbohydrate, it is classified into aldose and ketose. So if aldehyde group is present, it is known as aldose sugar, for example glucose, and if ketone group is present, it is known as ketose sugar, whose example is fructose. So I hope this part is clear to you all, means the simple carbohydrate part is clear to you all. Moving on to the compound carbohydrates. Now what are compound carbohydrates? The carbohydrates that are composed of two or more molecules of monosaccharides joined by glycosidic bonds with the elimination of water is known as compound carbohydrates. So what are the main points of compound carbohydrates? There will be two or more. Here it is written 2 to 1000. So I said that 2 or more can be till thousands. Okay, 2 or more molecules of monosaccharides. Monosaccharides means carbohydrate containing one sugar molecule. Okay, and these monosaccharides are joined by glycosidic bonds with the elimination of water, means water will be eliminated, and that type of carbohydrate is known as compound carbohydrate. Now again, this compound carbohydrate can be classified into two types: simple compound carbohydrates and complex compound carbohydrates. If it contains about 2 to, here you will find under simple compound carbohydrates about 2 to 10 monosaccharides, then it will be simple compound carbohydrate. Examples are these: disaccharide, trisaccharide and tetrasaccharide. And if it contains more than 10 monosaccharides, it will be called as complex compound carbohydrate or polysaccharide. Okay, examples contain starch, which is, we all know from the chapter photosynthesis, when we have when you have all have read it in lower classes, that glucose is stored in plants in the form of starch, and there we have told you that starch is a form of complex carbohydrate. So you all know that starch is a complex carbohydrate. Next, dextrine, glycogen, cellulose, all come under the category of complex compound carbohydrate or simply complex carbohydrate. Okay, now that we are done with the classification of carbohydrates, we will now talk about the functions of carbohydrates. Okay, now we all know the most important function of carbohydrate is that it is the ultimate or the main source of energy for living organisms. Okay, we get carbohydrate while we eat our food, and it also helps in maintaining blood sugar level. It helps in alcoholic fermentation, which is a type of respiration. Okay, and it helps in fat oxidation. It also helps in regulation of nerve tissue. So in your book you will find such 7-8 functions of carbohydrate. So you can read about 4 or 5 functions, the important ones which you already know, because this is very common. Okay, so whichever points you already know, just learn those, and that will be enough for functions of carbohydrate. We all know that lipid contains fatty acid and glycerol, which are linked by ester bond, and thus lipids are known as ester, are also known as ester. Okay, so let me write here: lipids are also known as ester. Why? Because it contains fatty acid and glycerol, which are linked by ester bonds. Clear? Now this is the classification of lipids, as you can see here the chart, and lipids are mainly or broadly classified into 3 groups: simple lipids, compound lipids, or and thirdly derived lipids. Okay, so starting with simple lipids first. Here the spelling is wrong, it will not be ester, it will be ester. Okay, E-S-T-E-R. So the simple lipids are those lipids which are esters of fatty acid with glycerol or other alcohol. Now I have already told you what are esters. The linkage between fatty acid and glycerol is known as ester. Okay, so in case of simple lipids, the fatty acids are linked with glycerol or any other alcohol. Okay, for example, neutral fats and waxes, these two are the examples of simple lipids. Moving on to the next category, that is compound lipids. What are compound lipids? When fats are combined with other non-fatty prosthetic groups, it forms a compound lipid. Fat and other non-fatty prosthetic group. So we will learn about prosthetic group later on in details, but now just know that compound lipids are made up of fats along with some non-fatty prosthetic group. Okay. And the examples are phospholipid, glycolipid, lipoprotein, and the main are these three. Learn these three names, that will be enough. So here lipid is the fat part and non-fatty part is the phospholipid. Again, lipid, fat, glycogen is the non-fatty part, lipid is the non-fatty part, sorry, lipid is the fatty part and protein is the non-fatty part. Okay, like this. I hope you have understand this compound lipids. Moving on to the third category, that is derived lipids. So these are derived from the hydrolysis or breakdown of either simple or compound lipids. So by the breakdown of this one or this one, the lipids that are derived are known as derived lipids. For example, fatty acid, glycerol, hydrocarbons, sterols and steroids, all these are derived lipids. Okay, so this is all about the classification of lipids.